devotional comes from Ezekiel 37 and the story of the valley of dry bones. The reader is told that God takes the prophet Ezekiel out to a valley filled with dry bones. In other words, a valley filled with dead people. And God asks Ezekiel if these dry and dead bones can live. The prophet replies with a classic phrase, "O Lord God, you know." God then instructs Ezekiel to prophesy to the bones, and the bodies come together. However, the bodies are not alive because they have no breath in them. Ezekiel is told to prophesy to the breath enters the bodies, and these resurrected bodies stand to their feet, an exceedingly great army, as we're told in verse 10. God goes on to explain to Ezekiel that the dry bones are the people of Israel, who think that their hope is gone. God promises to raise his people from the dead. The Hebrew word for spirit is the same Hebrew word for breath, ruach. God promises his people that he will put his breath, his spirit, within them and that they will live. We see this prophecy partially fulfilled in Jesus' raising Lazarus from the dead in chapter 11 of the Gospel of John. Lazarus was dead, but Jesus raised him to life again. But there's a greater spiritual fulfillment of this prophecy, available to all those who put their trust in Jesus. Ephesians 2 verse 5 puts it like this: "Even when we were dead in our trespasses, God made us alive together with Christ." Friend, perhaps today in this season of Lent, you feel like the people of Israel, that you are spiritually dead and that you have no hope. After all, Lent does push us to consider our deficient spiritual state. But Lent is not our destination. It is merely part of the journey, leading us to Jesus' cross, his death, but more importantly, to his resurrection. If today you are feeling that there is no hope, cling to Jesus, who has made us alive in him. Allow him to breathe his breath, his spirit, into your life so that you may live.